to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment. The AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com. And streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Snooki and JWoww After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Snooki and JWoww After Show.
Good idea, poor execution.
I love it. All righty. Bing is for doing, and we're here doing another episode of the Snooki and JWoww After Show, Season 2, Episode 10. I'm a good fiance and mom. I swear.
I mean, that's a funny title.
I'm a good fiance and mom. And I'm your host, Erica Vieira, and I'm joined here by my lovely, wonderful co-host. We'll start with you.
I'm Steph Z.
I'm Kelly Taylor.
Hey guys, I'm Monica Michelle.
And for those of you listening to us on iTunes, first of all, we appreciate it. And secondly, you missed the girls' little dance. They were doing, we were trying to figure out a dance move for this fantastic intro song, which we all love.
And it was a fantastic dance, guys. We killed it.
It was.
Yes.
It was
reminiscent
reminiscent of.
The Night at the Roxbury.
Yeah, they're totally
hip hop.
on
It was
point.
good effort.
It was, good effort.
Coming
Okay.
from the one who didn't join us.
Hello, it was my idea.
Yeah, everybody did it but you.
I know.
All right.
I know, I choked. Totally choked.
Well, speaking of choked, there's a little bit of milk choking during this episode, but let's start off at the beginning with kind of JWoww and, well, there's actually a little bit of, well, I'll talk about JWoww and Roger, kind of like the morning after the engagement. I don't know if it was the morning after. It was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Them kind of like in bed. He's like making breakfast. That was super cute, the pancakes and all that. And then I think every guy's like worst nightmare of like when they propose to a girl, it's like, dun dun dun, the wedding.
The wedding planning begins. The
Yes.
date, the flowers. She wants the arrangements. She's already like ready to go.
Yeah.
Erica, you're the only one married in the
Yeah.
group. So I wanted to ask, did you start planning like 6 hours after the engagement?
I mean, I don't know about like 6 hours, but like it was pretty soon. Like pretty like, yeah.
So the next day it was like, okay, let's get this
yeah,
going.
let's figure out, you know, to me, in my opinion, you're not truly engaged until you have a ring and a date. So
That's true.
I felt like we needed a date. Not like
Really?
I felt.
A ring and a date. I've never
Oh.
heard that.
Oh yeah, big time. Ring
I
and a
can
date.
understand that, a date, but I mean, it seemed like she wanted to start picking out flowers and everything else.
See, I wasn't into the whole like actual like planning part of it. I just wanted to figure out, okay, when are we gonna do this thing? Let's do it. And actually, my husband did too. We were kind of like, we didn't need like a super long engagement. I think we're engaged for like 8 months or so. And that was it. And we're like, yeah, let's just do this. Let's rock this thing out. Let's not drag it out. So
Yeah.
that's kind of how we were. But yeah.
I'm with Roger on that one.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Give him a break. It took him so long to propose, and like the next morning, it's okay. We need this, and this.
Yeah, maybe
Well, she's been waiting for it all
Yeah.
this time. She's been planning in her head by herself,
But
and
it's not
finally
just
she's like,
her.
it's not. But a lot of people make it just about the girl, like especially on the wedding day. You know, like the girl's big day.
And they're not getting married the day after tomorrow. So, I mean, I can see picking a date out in the future, but I think she could have waited on that.
Yeah. Enjoy the moment rather than
Yeah.
plan the next moment.
Enjoy the pancakes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I didn't blame her for doing it. I think she was trying to keep up like the momentum, you know. All right, yeah, let's just do it. Instead of letting it, you know, buzz out, like just
Yeah.
chill out or whatever. And then we see Snooki.
That you stuck?
Oh my God,
Help putting on her jacket.
we're a little bit crazy here.
She's like punching me in the side. Like,
Sorry, girl.
What's going on over here?
All right, guys. We got a little craziness going on here in the studio. Annika can put on her jacket.
I'm good now. I'm
All right,
warmer.
she's good. All right. So now we show Jenny and Roger coming over to Snooki.
With luggages, they're like moving in basically.
Yeah.
For the guys' night out.
Bachelorette.
So it's Johnny's dadchler, which is the first time I've ever heard of the term dadchler.
Me too. I've never
I haven't heard of it
before.
either.
Okay, yeah, same here. So it's his dad chiller, and then Jenny comes over, and then they're all getting ready, and like this was like a kind of a funny shot. We were like watching the show, and then they had that shot of Johnny in the closet, like randomly changing his pants.
Yeah. Ran through his pants around his ankles.
I know. I thought they were gonna like mention something about like some relevance to that shot, like oh my god, those pants are so weird, or something having to do.
Or like maybe if Snooki was like, Gianni, like hurry up, and it showed him changing, but like
Yeah.
no one was even talking about.
It was just like there and then gone.
I know it wasn't like I know in Jersey Shore how they always like to show them getting ready and going out in the mirror and that whole thing, but like. It was Johnny changing, like literally, like the awkward part of changing your pants, like when you're like crunched over, and the poor guy's like in a very private moment, and then like there we go.
And he had his back to the camera.
That's what was so weird about it.
It was a weird shot.
Yeah, it was weird. So then the guys go out, and then Snooki says something to Johnny. She's like, "Don't forget I'm here." And I thought Johnny had a funny response. He's like, "Oh yeah, I was gonna bring girl back." We're like, "Oh shit!" He's like, "Oh no, here's my wife and my baby."
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was pretty cute.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, then the guys are go out. It's kind of like a bro night. Definitely like a bro night. What do you guys think?
Exactly, and they brought Jordan Knight with them.
So not Jordan Knight. Love you for saying that,
I
though.
mean, I thought Jordan Knight was hotter
I know it
personally,
wasn't.
but
So Kelly kept on thinking one of the guys there looked like Jordan Knight.
He really did. He was just short.
Oh.
Yeah. I love how we all digress to our New Kids on the Block sightings and
I know.
concerts for like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That was really fun.
I know. I mean, that's what happens when the show doesn't have too much going on. You end up talking about New Kids on the Block
Backstreet Boys.
for like 10 minutes. You're like, oh, what just happened? We have to rewind it. But yeah, I mean, I guess like definitely compared to the girls' night out, it was a little bit of a snooze fest. But I give the guys props. The guys were. It was like a classy night out. They had shots. They would dance. You didn't see any of those guys, basically like having any kind of like ruckus behavior.
You know what I thought was really funny? Roger, I mean, clearly is a big guy. Little Gianni and his other little friend were like carrying him on their shoulders.
Yeah.
That was so funny. And then they kept calling him old.
Yeah.
It's like, we're out with our dad.
No. I thought it was really cute how he called Snooki, too. Gianni
Yeah.
called and was just checking in. And, you know, like you really saw that they were still in his mind. And the complete opposite when she winds up going out later.
Definitely.
But
Yes.
he was completely trying to be like the good, responsible dad. You know, like, I'm just checking in. How are you guys?
And she still gave him a hard time.
She did,
Yeah.
you know, because they were joking.
Yeah.
And I mean, and Roger joked too, which kind of, you know, showed that they were having fun but responsible.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
feel like she was setting herself up for disaster because then she goes out and is completely a mess. And, you know, she got mad at him for no reason. Because they
Yeah.
were completely respectable. You know, you think they'd home probably by like midnight. They were home. Like,
Actually,
okay,
it
we're
was
here.
like 3.
Was
It
it?
3. That's what it said on the call.
Yeah, it was late.
But
It
pretty
seemed
fun.
like it though. It seemed like it was so like
They
they went
probably-
out and they came home.
Yeah, I mean, they probably were done around 2, and it took them an hour to get home.
and drop off everyone in the limo.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
They
Take
might have
everyone
been-
home.
It might have took them forever to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I totally agree, Steph, because like I thought Snooki's reaction when he called was kind of like snotty. It was like, oh, I'm mad at you, bye, or something. I was like, oh, he was joking. He called in the middle of his bro night.
Yeah,
you
and not
know?
many guys do that.
No.
But you know, Snooki does that. If we think back to Jersey Shore, there was always something about him hanging out with his friends, and she always had like a snarky comment to make.
She's a little scutch.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I loved their onesies, and Snooki was saying she looked like she felt like a banana in her yellow onesie, and JWoww was in a hot pink one, big surprise. But, you know, it was just funny that they had like footy pajamas.
Yeah.
I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have one.
I like how the guys
see it
actually
too.
thought that the girl. I have one too. Mine's an American flag.
Really? Mine's a Forever Lazy.
Oh my God.
They're
I have a
awesome.
fuzzy one.
Really?
I have none.
Let's wear them.
I've got like 4. You can have one of mine.
You have 4?
I do. It's a Burning Man necessity
Oh.
to have those.
Okay.
I like how the guys, you know, they went out and they thought they were having fun, and they were kind of like, oh, the girls, they're drunk and they're doing this, and they were literally like in the bed sleep.
I know. They were like passed out.
It was really funny though too when they came home, when Roger came in and just plopped on the bed, because the previous scene we saw on the bed, Lorenzo was on the bed
Yeah.
too. So if Lorenzo was there, he would have been squished
Yeah.
by a big gorilla.
Anyway, and I love how he goes to the couch with Jenny and he sleeps on that little thing, that little to hold up Lorenzo. You know, he's just like, oh, great pillow. Just goes to bed.
I know. He was probably pretty drunk, and like you mentioned earlier, Kelly, like he even talked about it. He's like, I felt old. I felt like the dad. Like I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
And he looked like it too. He looked older than everybody.
How old is he?
He's like 38.
38.
I was gonna say 39. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Shit.
According to Snooki, he's 50.
yeah.
Yeah.
True.
And then when the guys are out, so Jenny reveals that she's engaged, and we all kind of were in agreement that we felt it was staged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely staged. There was no emotion.
No.
Especially compared to Gianni. And I know, Erica, you mentioned that Gianni gave a natural reaction,
Yeah.
but Snooki's it wasn't even Snooki. I mean, I can see her when she really found out, like jumping up and down, screaming, and there was none of that. It was just like, you're engaged.
But she didn't Roger tell them that he was planning on doing that, or no?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
He didn't say anything.
Okay.
She just said, like, I think he's going to do when you skydive to Jenny, but, like, there was no, like, nothing from Roger. Or
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, oh my God. It was just like, oh.
like, I'm so
yay.
excited for you. Oh, my
Yeah.
God, when's the wedding? We have to plan. Like, we're both, like, not. She was like, okay.
It wasn't like a negative emotion
No, it
either.
wasn't
Like
negative.
he finally did it. You know, I knew he was gonna do it. Why didn't you tell me? It was just kind of like a,
Yeah.
Like,
all-
she
that's all
said
she
she picked
got.
up, like, crackers at the store.
yeah,
Yeah.
freaking crackers.
Freaking supermarket.
I was just thinking that. Can we go back to last week? I wish we had that.
We kind
clip.
of almost did when JWoww was trying to open the champagne bottle. She couldn't get the wrapper
And
off.
she couldn't get it. It took her like 5 full minutes to like try and figure out how to open up that bottle of champagne. And I think it was like barefoot champagne. Like,
It was.
It's like,
Barefoot bubbly.
yeah, it was like probably on sale for like $2.99. You know,
Those are good, though, I have to say.
the
Probably
champagne.
got her
bubbly.
from Mandy.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
barefoot is really good.
It is. They've won awards.
Yeah, they have.
Not yet.
So then they reveal the ring, and I have to agree, I like Johnny's reaction a lot more to that. More than that, I thought it was cute.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? Are you kidding me? You know? And that was sweet. And Roger's like, it's your night. I didn't want it to take over. And Johnny's like, come on, dude. And I thought it was like actually a really sweet interaction between the two of them.
It was. He was like, we could have shared.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
I actually thought it was really cute. The guys are way more classy and respectful in this episode than the girls.
Yeah.
I thought it was really just like an awareness thing for Roger, even to like think that much in advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And for her to play along with that too. You know, like I did. I thought Roger's still my favorite.
I
It's
love
that grandpa gene.
Yeah.
He wants to be respectful to everyone.
Right.
I love Roger. I think he's great.
I do too. I like him.
So Jenny said something. We're all kind of like, what? She said a phrase. She said it depends on how white girl the guys are when they come home.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever heard that before? That expression?
No.
I've heard it before.
Have you heard it?
Uh-huh.
I've never heard it before.
Can you say it in a sentence?
I mean, I just heard white girl wasted. I figured she just didn't say the last word.
Oh, okay. That
I
makes
just
sense.
assumed. I don't know if that means
That's what I
something
assumed
else.
too. That like I had to do with like white girls being wasted. But what does that? Does that mean like they're super wasted? That they're falling over? Like
That they're, like, slutty, or what does it
I
mean?
don't know what it means. I've just heard
Maybe
it.
they come
but
home
then
like
I've heard
dead
like
looking, white dead. Like,
I've heard chocolate wasted. And that was from a movie, like an Adam Sandler movie.
Yeah,
I just hear,
really?
yeah, I've heard like different forms of wasted, but I don't know what the difference is.
yeah, I've never like 'cause
never
I
heard that before.
assumed that that's what that meant. Like how white girl the guys are. But I didn't. I like. Don't all people kind of act the same way when they're wasted?
That's what I thought.
I think
And
so.
then, you know, there was a tweet, because it looks like someone was tweeting throughout the
Yeah.
show, too.
Uh-huh.
There was a tweet at the bottom that said #whitegirlwasted. So I said, oh, okay, well, then I guess
Oh.
that's what they're talking about.
Oh, maybe. Interesting. If anyone knows, comment. Comment on iTunes. And now that I mentioned to us, if you go on iTunes, rate us. 5 stars, hopefully. Comment. We love reading what you guys have to say. Show's almost over, a couple episodes left, so we're sad about that, but we're here for you guys. We hope you guys are enjoying the show, so let us know what you think. All right, back to the episode. So, yeah, so then the guys had a casual night out. whatever, you know. And it was cute during the night out, I want to mention, because I think Johnny even said, like, it's time for us to go home. I miss Lorenzo. Oh,
That was
Yeah.
so cute.
so cute.
Yeah.
He's having more like father-son bonding moments. You see like him holding the kid more and
know.
like
Instead of playing football out
yeah.
It was so cute.
Or like instead of the mom sitting there with him, you know.
Right.
That
He
was
probably just had to get used to him. You know, a lot of people don't like to hold babies when
Yeah,
they're really, really
they get
small.
nervous.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
kind
getting
of
bigger.
one of those people.
Are you?
I think I'll break the kid. One of my friends just had a baby, and I still haven't held it.
Oh, really? It?
I was
the fact
in-
that you call it it.
And I was in the delivery room. I think
my
we discussed
gosh.
this before. I was in the delivery room when she had it, and I still haven't held him. Haven't held Henry.
Henry. His name is Henry?
His name is totally Henry.
Oh, my God.
It's cutest baby.
Baby named Henry.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Are you making fun of Henry?
They have to grow up somewhere. That's like kids named Thelma. What? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, Henry
like
and
older-
Thelma
yeah,
are
older
grandma names.
I'm just saying, like older names.
Totally.
Like, really?
So then, like, the next morning, the guys are completely hungover. The guys are totally hungover. Roger and Johnny not feeling too well. Roger said he's really hungover. He doesn't drink like that anymore. But I don't know if they're trying to cure the hangover or they just wanted to make it worse. They all wanted to drink breast milk.
Whose idea was that?
I don't know. I missed it.
I think it was like Jenny like kind of suggested it, and then Roger like said yeah, and
I
Nicole.
wonder where that came from.
I don't know. So they all decided to take shots of the breast milk. And I think the funniest quote, like to me the entire episode was there when I forgot if it was like Jenny like going through the refrigerator picking out like, oh, do you want like, you know, 914 or 912? He's like, oh, I'll take 912. I like it vintage. That was funny.
That was really funny.
It was really, really funny. He's got some funny one-liners. But so then they take it, and like Roger's the only one that actually takes it.
Yeah.
Well, he took it like a champ too. Like
Yeah.
he didn't even hesitate, and everyone else did.
And he's just like, whatever. It's kind of chalky going down.
He took it, and then everyone else took it later.
Yeah.
But he's the only one who took it at first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he did. Everyone else did the fake out shot.
It's not that bad. I've
Yeah,
done
he
it.
did.
Said it
Oh my
felt
God.
like mashed potatoes.
I
going
think he was
down.
exaggerating a little bit because he had already done it. Me and a few of my friends at a bachelorette party had
God.
the same daring situation, and I partook, and it wasn't that bad. Kind of tastes like rice milk. Not gonna lie. I'm just saying.
But it wasn't like
It
lumpy,
wasn't
'cause
chalky and
Snooki
lumpy
even said
like
it
that.
Was lumpy.
I mean, I don't know that I would ever drink Snooki's breast milk. I don't know that you could pay me to drink. Like, well, who knows what's in her
seeing
system?
tonight's episode,
I know.
I don't know.
Who knows what's in her system? But
That's pre-girls' night out, though. I think. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope. No, it was from like week 4,
9-6.
from 9-6. Yeah.
Yeah.
The vintage. It was a vintage Snooki breast milk.
that's
Don't
why
forget.
it got a little fermented.
Hey, it's got probiotics, good bacteria.
You had a little
Yeah.
placenta in there.
Yeah. It's
Ew.
yeah. Ew. Let's move on. Poor Steven, our producer. Say hi, Steven.
Ew.
Yeah, he'll say ew. So, okay, one thing that we skipped over a little bit was, and we always have to talk about it, Snooki. I was like super excited. Snooki mentioned she was going to go to the supermarket. I'm like, yay, supermarket scene. I love the supermarket scenes. What she's going to do, what she's going to pick out. But no, she doesn't even get past the driveway.
The car that she tries to run over.
Car she tries to run over.
She got in the car.
Yeah.
Hit the
It was
car.
like, boom, did she not
She
see it?
adjusted the mirror. Did you
Yeah.
guys see that she adjusts the rear view mirror and
yeah.
didn't see anything?
And not only that, the car was beeping. It was like beep, 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 and she just kept going. I'm
didn't
like,
hear that.
your
I didn't
car
hear
has
the
a
beep either.
sensor. Like, why do you keep driving back? And it's like, bam.
Yeah, like full on, like hit it.
I'm like, there's a sensor back there for a reason.
Like I get the bumpers, like I was telling you guys earlier, I was like, okay, but bumpers are kind of for bumping. That's what they're for. You bump, it's a bump. But it was not bump. It was like a boom.
Yeah.
And
She would have failed driver's training. The first step is to look back after you adjust your mirror.
yeah.
Bumpers are made to withstand 5 miles an hour. So if you're going anything over 5 miles an hour and hit someone's bumper, then it will cause damage. If you're like parallel parking and you bump someone's car, don't worry about it because
Yeah.
it's not going to do anything.
It doesn't do anything.
That's what they're made for. Duh.
I know.
My car gets dinged almost on a daily at my
So
house,
does
and I
mine
don't
too.
think people are going more or less than 5.
They're probably just hitting it. No, if you
They're
hit the
hitting it
gas
hard.
hard.
Yeah, like, and still going back into
Yeah.
it instead of realizing they tapped it and then going forward.
Well, Snooki was apparently going much more than 5 miles an hour because she knocked over that Volkswagen little thingy, and she goes inside and like tells Gianni's like, dude, come on.
He
you
took it
know?
well.
Yeah, he did. He took it really well.
But not only that, she's like laughing when she's telling him. She's
know.
like, it was a joke. Like,
Well, she
wasn't
said it was
even-
the second time, so I think
Yeah.
it's funny.
I
after
think
the
she was
first-
embarrassed though. I think it was the embarrassed laugh. It wasn't like, oh shit, this is really funny. It was
Yeah.
more like, oh, I'm embarrassed, but if I laugh, it'll go away. Like, I think it was more that.
Yeah, and then one thing we couldn't stop noticing were her teeth in that shot.
Weird.
I'm not even going to get back on that. Rewind to episode 2 or 3, you'll see who not to go to.
Yeah, what dentist not to go to. Teeth just were looking weird. I'm sorry, Snooki. We love you.
I missed that one.
Yeah, we love you, but the teeth just weren't looking good. All right, so we got the big moment of the episode. Well, wait, prior to that, there's a little like pre-shopping trip for the girls' night. And I think our girl Steph here
excited
can
about
talk a
this.
little bit about this store, because I'm like, what the hell store is that? Like, it's got all these clearance signs. I'm like, why are Snooki and JWoww, probably reality TV is like people that make the most money from being on reality TV, why are they going to this like cheesy, looks like a 99-cent store for clothes?
And it's not the first time they've been there. We've
I know.
seen that store plenty of
And
times.
they're like super pumped to go. It's like, yay, let's go! And I'm like, it looks gross.
It's not even inside the mall. Like,
No.
it's a strip mall. Let's
No.
go shopping. Let's go to the strip mall.
Yeah.
No, you go inside the mall.
And so they go to some store named, what's it?
It's called Mandy's.
Mandy.
And the song is Mandy to the rescue. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm
and
not-
then they run out with the shopping cart.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like you dared me to sing it. I'm gonna do it. But it's kind of like if you look at the tiers of stores, it's kind of like the knockoff of the knockoffs.
It looks like it.
Yeah,
It does.
It's Mandy's, and there was another store, and it must just be East Coast thing. There was another store called Joyce Leslie. It's kind of the same. They were like competitors, both strip mall stores.
Like a TJ Maxx, or no?
I wouldn't give it
I think
TJ
lower
Maxx.
than TJ.
Well, because TJ Maxx is like designer brands
Yeah.
that are not there. Like Mandy's is like its own stuff, its own
So
entity.
it's like
it's like
under Forever
Forever 21, but not.
Yeah, that looked
It's like
under
wants
Forever
to be.
21.
It wants to be Forever 21 or H&M, but it's just not
Charlotte
quite
Russe?
there.
The Charlotte Russe? Do you know what
That's
that is?
I don't know what
probably
that
what
is.
it's
Yeah,
equivalent to.
we've got Charlotte Russe here in
Yeah.
LA. or
But at least
California.
Charlotte Russe is inside of a mall and it's like a chain. I feel like Mandy's just like on its own.
I don't think it's inside any malls.
Bruce isn't. It's bad. Well, I'm not gonna say that. Sorry, guys, if you shop at Charlotte.
I know. I'm like, I've shopped at Mandy's before.
Oh, I'm all for discount shopping.
I'm all for discount
I'm
shopping too. I'll
all
just say
for
it's not
discount
my
shopping.
style. Like
Yeah.
that, the things that they pick out. Maybe I
Yeah.
haven't seen what's inside the store, so I can't say that.
No, but in-
what they pick out is like.
Well, we
Right.
see it as evidence as to, I have to comment on this, is with like what Jenny was wearing to the
What
gala.
was
Yeah.
she thinking?
I mean, it was like Galactic and Princess of Power. Like, it was just like,
She was Cheetah Stormtrooper.
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah, it was just like, what the hell are you wearing? Like, those pants, the jacket, the boots, the whole thing. I'm like, Jenny, like, please, you got an entire, like, room of a closet.
Those boots had red bottoms though. But
did
they
they?
weren't. They did.
Yeah, I don't think
totally
they
did.
were.
But I don't think they were the real red bottoms. But they did have red bottoms.
They did.
I
I
thought
noticed
they
that.
were the real red bottoms.
I've been
Then those
trained
are
in red
horrible
bottoms.
if they are the real
Because
ones.
there aren't really any brands anymore that can do that.
No, 'cause of
There's
the
a huge
lawsuit and stuff. Yeah, but-
And I would think she would. I would think
Did see
if
that.
she's wearing them, I would think Jenny would have the real red bottoms.
But I feel like
just doesn't
she
know
would-
how to style it.
Right. I feel like she would have the good shoe, but then go to Mandy's.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's okay if you have, the expensive shoe and or the expensive bag or whatever, and then
Yeah, you mix and match. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
You turn it into something, which is, I mean, Erica, you can attest to this, which is what a lot of stylists do.
Yeah.
They pick, nice, reasonable price pieces and pair them with,
High and
more
low.
expensive. Yeah,
And
so
there's a way to
that's
do it,
fine,
yeah.
but she just looks like
She's failing.
She's failing her style.
But it is like Mandy's is a place that I went to in high school, which is now 20 years ago almost, dating myself. And like I would go there for like the, fancy dinner at high
Yeah.
school. Like we'd go, let's go to Mandy's.
You
get a
go
shirt.
there for certain things. Like
Yeah.
I can find this here, but I don't know. Just the things that I've seen them pick out, I have not been impressed.
Oh, Jenny's
Yeah.
an engaged woman now. She
It looks like, I mean,
None of them were acting like that.
No. Okay. So now to the big event, the big girls' night out. So we show them all kind of showing up to Johnny and Snooki's house, and Johnny's mom welcoming them all in, and they're kind of pre-partying there. And we see Ryder and we see Dina from Jersey Shore. It's cool to see the two of them back. A couple other randoms who we don't really know. And they're all kind of hanging out, drinking, pre-partying. And then Johnny's there, like, oh, okay, I'm going to be here. You know, I'm here with the baby. The girls take off. It's funny, as they're leaving the house, Johnny's mother is like, oh, God, I'm glad I only had sons. Like, no. And then supposedly they're going to dinner, and then they go out to the club. So we don't see the dinner. And what do we speculate? That
Maybe it was kind of boring.
Yeah.
We speculate, though, that they definitely had drinks. Because that first girl was
done.
They were pre-partying at the house, and they were in the limo.
And the limo had bottles.
and then at the restaurant probably too.
We have to assume.
So, unless something crazy happened there that they just want to show
No,
us.
she just didn't pace herself.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So in the limo, we see like a couple things. The girls are starting to have fun, and then like Snooki whips out the breast pump and starts breast pumping, and then gives it to Jenny.
And their night out.
And gives it to
So
Jenny
random.
to try out. That we knew already. Once they did that, it was gonna just go downhill from there.
No.
And I love how Jenny's like doing. She's like, yeah, okay. And then until it started hurting, obviously. And she's like, oh my God, I can't.
That was weird.
Yeah. So
I agree. I don't think I want to practice pumping before time.
no, I think it just looks painful enough.
Yes.
I'll just limit it to really its sole purpose. I won't take it with me in a limo. I won't take it with me in a girls' night out.
I think, though, that there is the same reason why my friend had it at the bachelorette party. There is some sort of time
Yeah, there
schedule that
is.
she has to, like, pump and dump to,
Yeah.
like, I don't think she brought it just for, like, shits and
Yeah.
giggles.
No,
You know what
I was
mean?
at
Like,
a bachelorette party too, and same thing. Like the girl, it wasn't her; it was like her sister-in-law or whatever, and she was already married and she had just had a baby, and she had to go back to the room. We were on one of those like Carnival cruises and all that. She had to go back to the room to pump, but the problem, she was so wasted that she ended up pumping it all over the room.
Oh, no.
It was so disgusting. So it's like, it's something that I don't really hear too many people talking about until this show. You mentioned
Yeah,
it.
but-
I mentioned it. I've seen it. We see it happening. Like,
well, it's not something you bring up at dinner.
No.
But
I don't think it has to do with just the pumping and dumping either.
No, it's the
because,
schedule.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a girl that I used to work with who used to leave our desk like every 2 hours.
Okay.
With
Yeah.
the little backpack. So.
Really? Yeah, it's a schedule because Jenny not Jenny, Snooki even said, like, might as well do it now because then my breasts are going to get swollen. They're going to start hurting.
Right.
And then it's going to come out anyway. So then you're just
And
going
it
to be
starts
leaking
leaking.
everywhere. So then it's like, might as well just get it out until you embarrass yourself and it leaks down you, on you.
Well, imagine if you're
I
drinking.
think milk leaking out for Snooki would have been the worst of her embarrassment after the way that she acted.
didn't that happen last week, though, at the store?
It did happen at the store.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did. But like, imagine when you're drinking and drunk, and then like you probably don't even notice, and someone's like, "Ew, that's disgusting." And it's like on camera, and she's leaking milk. That's so gross. So I'm glad she pumped.
And moving on from the milk.
So anyway, so then they go into the club, and they just what?
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. But the one thing that I wanted to bring up was that in the limo,
Oh, yeah.
JWoww did not have her ring on.
Oh yeah.
So I don't
Yes.
know, like, if we brought up that they just filmed that out of sequence to, like, what really happened, or if and no one, like, congratulated her. Like, it wasn't mentioned. I don't know if she was maybe doing the same thing, like, she didn't want to take away from Snooki's night or whatever, but I thought there was a little bit weird that there was no, like we knew why she didn't have it before Gianni's, but she just didn't have her wedding ring on at all.
I think you're right. I think it was probably filmed before it actually happened.
Yeah.
Because I feel like she'd be wearing it.
She would be
Unless-
wearing that ring.
The only thing I was speculating is that her ring did look pretty big on her, and she knew she was going to be drinking.
Maybe she didn't want to lose it.
Yeah, I mean, I have like fake rings that I wear when I'm going out. I'm going somewhere where I know it's like, you know, I don't want to wear my real ring, except she didn't have a fake ring. But still, like, you know, if she didn't want to lose it and the ring was a little big or it wasn't sized yet, that's the only other thing I can think. But then you brought up a good point that nobody seemed to be congratulating her. Like Dina would have for sure said
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Or even in the house before they left, like, it wasn't talked about at all.
Yeah.
It was just interesting, I have to say, that they didn't call Sammy to even invite her, and like Sammy didn't even say like, "Oh, I can't come, but thanks for inviting me." Like nothing. It was just Dina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was just interesting to me. Like I wonder if they called her, maybe she couldn't make it, didn't answer, or like they just didn't air it, or I wonder if they just didn't call her, or
I would
like.
think they would have invited her.
I would
because-
think. I don't think anything happened with them.
Yeah, because I think that they try and get the other cast members on. They know it kind of it brings buzz to their own show, you know.
Right.
So I would think it's probably Sammy probably couldn't make it.
Yeah.
I would think so. So then we see them at the club, dancing, boogieing, and then kind of getting gross and raunchy.
Some blonde girl of Snooki's was really feeling her.
Yeah.
She so wanted it, that blonde girl.
Yeah, she was into Snooki, and she was like getting all up in her face and trying to
Yeah.
kiss her and look at her all seductively, and it's like really weird. I was like,
Yeah.
That's what was kind of disturbing to me. Snooki was clearly drunk and like all over the place, and the friend was like locked in.
Zeroed
Like,
in.
JWoww started it though too. JWoww leaned
was
over
the
and
first
kissed
one to
her,
kiss her.
which is just
oh, I know
Yeah.
she did, but I didn't.
But it was weird
realize it
because
was before.
it was weird with Blondie. Like if I watched this back, right? If it was me and like I had like one of my girlfriends like looking at me like that, I'd be like, "That's weird." Like it's one thing. It's like they're Snooki was drunk and or whatever, and the other girls
Yeah.
looked like they were drunk, but Blondie looked like she was like zeroing in on Snooki and was like, "I want you."
Yeah.
It's weird.
it was a
That's
different,
totally
it was a
weird.
different drunk look
Super
than the
weird.
others.
Yeah.
It was weird.
and it was just super disrespectful all around
Yeah.
for everywhere.
It was kind of hard to watch.
It was. After seeing how the guys were so classy, I mean, even if the guys weren't classy, it would have been hard to watch. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
Yeah.
on top of it, the guys were so classy, and it's just like, I mean, a lot of, we'll probably talk about in the predictions, but like you could see why they seem to be very annoyed at the situation.
Yeah, and like after like seeing Snooki like kind of grow up a little bit, like you hope, I think part of us all like want Snooki to, in some ways, like it's nice to see her mature and be a good mother, be a good like fiance or wife or whatever, and then you see it go back to this, and you're like, oh, does she like have no respect for like her family and like what position
Yeah.
she's in now? Because it's one thing to go out and party and have fun, but it was another thing, like it got pretty raunchy looking, like the way they're all over each other and the way they were dancing, and it kind of like, in my opinion, it crossed the line a little bit.
Oh, it definitely
it's
crossed
totally
the
crossed
line.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
I thought, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I was saying, like, and I love how she had stitches and she was worried about her stitches
my
coming
God.
out. And
Oh
then
my
she's
God.
down in splits.
Oh my God.
With, I don't even know if she was wearing underwear, in a short mini dress, down in splits. Like, everything's out in stitches. It's like, oh my God, I can't imagine the pain.
The dirty
Dance
club floor.
To me, it's just a little bit sad that that's in her head what a good time equals.
Yeah.
Like it would, like I thought it would have been great to see them go out and get drunk and do something silly, but actually like because that was what we saw in Jersey Shore all the time. That kind of raunchy, let's take it to the extreme behavior. So I thought it would have been cool if they went out and did something funny, like. Fine, they got drunk. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? But
yeah.
like did something like showed a different side of the funny drunkenness. Because
Yeah.
now it's like we don't want her to get drunk anymore, and we're not convinced that she's made this evolution. You know what I mean? We're convinced she just stopped because she got pregnant, but the real Snooki is
It's still there.
and that's kind of not exciting.
That's exactly what I said. The real Snooki is there. Like, that's not going, because she tried to keep convincing herself, I'm not going to get drunk. I'm a mom. But
Yeah.
I was thinking deep down inside, you really want to go out and do what it is that you just showed us you did.
Right, and then she just kept making excuses for it.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying like, I haven't drank, I got too drunk, I made bad choices. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
rather than owning it, she like put it off, which is kind of a little bit of a denial thing, which
Yeah.
totally made me think again that she doesn't get what she's doing, and it's not okay.
You know, I don't even think Dina was that drunk.
No, she didn't seem
She
like she was.
normally gets, wasted too, but I think Dina handled herself very, very well compared
Yeah.
to everyone else.
Yeah, she was like the best one out
Yeah,
of them.
she
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
She was. One thing I forgot to mention a little bit, like part of the girls' night, but we didn't talk about it, was Ryder was thrown up in the limo.
No,
Ryder got thrown up on.
Thrown up on, in the limo by like some random girl.
Yeah, who was that girl?
It was so
The girl in the
gross.
blue dress.
someone
like,
who
you-
clearly was out of it. She didn't even know she did it.
She didn't even know. And you saw Ryder, like, in the corner room, we're like, what happened? Because Ryder's like, oh, my God, this did not just happen. And then the girl's like, what? And I was like, oh, my God. That's when girls get so drunk that it's just, like, sad to watch that.
Yeah.
Like, when someone's, like, that drunk and they're throwing up and they don't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, but we just got a tweet that we went offline, Steven. Do you know anything?
I'll check it out, but just continue the show as normal.
Okay.
Oh, sad.
You know how
Someone tweeted
just
us?
going back
That we
to
went off.
Snooki a little bit.
So excited.
She hasn't drank in, let's just say, 9 months. She may have had like a drink or so after the baby, because we saw her drink a few times, but
Yeah,
not
she had, like, a
drink
few glasses of wine,
like
yeah.
tonight. I think she should have known her limit. You know, when you haven't drank for a long time, you know you can't drink, 10 drinks.
Right.
You know you can only have like 1 or 2 before you're drunk. So
Yeah.
Or like, for that long too.
she just made bad choices all around.
And it was almost like that was her intention. I'm gonna go
that
out,
was
I'm
her
gonna get
intention.
drunk, and I'm gonna, rage up the town and, whatever.
And knowing, and Gianni always seems to be very sensitive to that. Like, he doesn't like her going out there and doing that. Like, we've seen it before. And she even said before she was
Who would?
leaving. Yeah, who would? I know, we've talked about this too. It's like, if my husband saw that and I was going out, he would be pissed. He would not be happy, especially if we had a baby at home,
Yeah.
But with Gianni, she even said when she was leaving the house, like, oh, no kuka, no cartwheels. I mean, that's not, in my opinion, this is just as bad, if not worse. I mean, it's equally bad.
Yeah.
So in some ways, she said she wasn't going to do it, and she did, which kind of, it's disappointing. Like you said, it's like that evolution we thought that Snooki had.
We don't know
happen.
exactly what Snooki said to Gianni. She clearly said something, this is what I did. I'm sure she didn't go into detail.
Yeah.
But I just like to see how he would have reacted seeing the show today.
I know.
Because it brought up something totally different.
I bet you he might not watch though. I wouldn't
think?
watch that. If that was me, I wouldn't watch it.
You wouldn't watch it? You wouldn't want to see what she did?
I would watch it because I just want to check back with what you told me.
Yeah,
Because she
I would
probably
too.
just said, oh, I got really drunk. I kissed Jenny. She probably didn't tell the
Well, she
whole
probably didn't
truth.
know the whole thing, like she said.
she didn't.
She's blacked
Yeah.
out. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. When you like you said, Kelly, she should have known her limit. You don't get blacked out drunk.
Especially when you're married and have
when
a
you're
kid
married and
or
have a kid,
fiancéed up, whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, that's just amateur night.
So, anyways, we ended that episode in kind of a sad, just kind of not feeling right. Kind of.
Yeah. And the previews for next week show them kind of fighting or getting in a fight about it.
Well, you have some news and gossip, Kelly, right?
I do.
All right.
AfterBuzz
Let's get going with that.
TV News.
All right, I have a few things tonight.
All right.
I didn't know anything about Snooki having a sunglasses collection for NYS. So I just wanted to share that. Maybe you guys want to go and check it out.
right.
Order you some Snooki glasses.
Can you buy it at Mandy's?
They allow you to see so
They
good,
might.
especially the things behind you.
They might let her sell them at Mandy's. They give them a lot of press.
Yeah.
And then just this weekend, Snooki and JWoww were at the GLAAD Awards, and the highlight of their night.
Oh, wow.
So they actually look pretty good there. I
Oh,
thought.
Jenny looks good there.
Yeah.
I like.
They hung out with Honey Boo Boo's mom.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Snooki.
Yeah, I saw some tweets about that.
No. Act like you didn't see that.
Okay.
No one can
We
see.
have a picture
cute.
of Honey Boo Boo's mom with them. But they were literally all over her because they're big fans of the show. I guess we don't have that picture, so we'll
Snooki's
just...
There it is.
There
Oh
we
my
go.
God.
Sorry, it was picture 3, not 2.
Oh, no problem.
Oh my gosh.
So they love them some Honey Boo Boo, child.
That's the most dressed up I've seen Honey Boo Boo's mom, by the way. That is the most. She's got her earrings.
That's Honey Boo Boo or that's Honey
That's
Boo
Honey
Boo's
Boo Boo's
mom?
mom. That's Alana's mom.
I can't
June.
get into the Honey Boo Boo
I'm
thing.
not into it either. I
She
don't
has
even.
at least 4 chins covered. That's good makeup.
Yeah.
Fortune?
4 chins. Yeah.
All right, and then we'll just cut to this quick little cute picture I found.
Oh my God.
Can you tell
Nugget.
which one is Snooki and which one is
That's
Lorenzo?
Snooki.
That's Snooki.
Snooki
That's
on the left.
Snooki.
But
on the
don't
left.
they look exactly alike?
Exactly.
Yeah. She's a little bit more
Look at the
shiny.
same exact nose and everything. Look at the nose.
Guys,
So
you
if you're
can-
listening, you might want to go and check out the YouTube channel and you can see this picture. I mean, they look 100% the same person, it looks like.
Yeah.
Snooki
He's
is
going to be a
cute.
little meatball.
And then Snooki, she was on HLN. She says that she would do Dancing with Stars.
Oh,
If
okay.
it was ever offered to her, she would definitely do it. And she thinks because Mike was actually on Dancing with the Stars
Yeah.
that they might be looking at her now. The Examiner actually speculates that Jenny might be pregnant. She tweeted that being sick wouldn't stop her from attending the GLAAD Awards.
Was she drinking there? There was no pictures of her with a drink.
No, we didn't see any, or I didn't see any, and they were actually like a 47 pictures that I looked through.
Oh,
I
wow.
didn't see any, and they were inside too. So Jenny, she also wants a 2013 wedding. It's postponed because the places that she's thinking of having the wedding at, they're rebuilding from Hurricane Sandy. So if she gets the green light from them, she said she could definitely have the wedding planned and ready by June.
Oh.
And then just a few little things about her wedding. She wants to have a princess corset type gown with a very long train. She wants to incorporate pink and black. Her bachelorette party or her shower will be 50s theme. Nicole's going to be maid of honor. Dina and Sammy are bridesmaids. Pauly D is going to DJ, and Ronnie will be a groomsman.
Oh.
And she
Not
wants,
Johnny.
Yeah.
She didn't mention Gianni, so I don't know.
Right.
But I thought they would be. They look like they're
They
pretty.
look like they're pretty close.
Yeah. And then she wants to honeymoon in either one beach location or 15 days of backpacking in Europe.
Oh, wow.
Oh, backpacking in Europe, really?
Sure,
For
Roger
honeymoon?
had something to do with that.
Yeah, I'm,
Yeah.
I'm all
Just
for
saying.
backpacking in Europe, but I don't know for a honeymoon.
Yeah. That's
And
all I got.
also, Snooki was on the Anderson show today. She was co-host with Anderson Cooper, and I believe they're going to be back on tomorrow.
Yep, her and JY will be there tomorrow.
Wow. Cool.
Check it out,
Check it out,
guys.
guys.
Sweet.
All right, so now we got some predictions.
Now, your AfterBuzz TV
Ooh.
predictions.
What do you guys think?
I just think there's going to be a lot of arguing next week. I know that's not, anything that we couldn't see from the previews,
Yeah.
but especially coming home from this club. And there was a scene where Snooki was actually walking out the house crying. So I think it's going to get pretty intense next week.
Which is crazy because we've seen both of them bicker and argue a lot, but it's never been about something that is serious. You know what I mean? It's been about like little stuff or stresses or,
Yeah.
like when she was in Maine and coming back and they were tired. Like there was always an outside thing, but this is an actual, I think, going to be like
fight.
disagreement fight. Yeah.
And I think because there's a kid involved now,
Yeah.
everything is times 10.
But the funny thing is, Gianni didn't have a chance to watch this episode, so the fight is happening without him actually seeing the stuff because it just
Yeah.
aired today, and this was taped back in September.
It'll be interesting
So
to see what they
I
tell
wonder
him.
if they're gonna fight tonight. Like,
Yeah, like right now.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Are you fighting? Call us.
All right, guys. Well, there's our show. And where can we find everyone?
I am on Twitter at IamKellyTaylor.com. I mean, whoops. Pregnancy brain. And I'm not pregnant.
I was like,
No. It's I am Kelly Taylor.
You can find me on my website, AnnikaMichelle.com, or Twitter at Annika_Michelle.
you can find me on Twitter at I am Steph Z with an F.
And you can find me on Twitter, Erica Vieira LA, and that's ErikaVieira LA. And that's your show. Thanks, guys.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz
you later,
bitches.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.